Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Dr. Tim O'Shea. Today we're going to talk a little bit about the 60-day program. Throughout this video, you'll hear me referring to the website. The website is thedoctorwithin.com, and there you can see a complete explanation of the 60-day program. The 60-day program is a detoxification program that has two primary objectives. Number one, we're going to clear out the digestive tract of all stored debris that has been accumulating there for the past several years in most people, in most cases. The second objective of the 60-day program is to clear out the arterial system, to clear the blood, again, of accumulated debris that is clogging the circulation. You're probably familiar with several detoxification programs, and the internet is certainly a jungle of disinformation with a little bit of valuable information interspersed here and there. So it's very confusing to just embark upon this topic of detoxification. And I've been studying this area for 20 years now, almost 20 years. I want the patient to primarily be able to detoxify these two systems, the digestive tract and the blood. And what I discovered is there are two parts of this program, the 60-day detox program. The first being the diet. So we're going to talk a little bit about what I call the New West diet. It's really nothing exotic or complicated. It's the common sense diet summarized by stop eating trash. Most of us just live on junk food for various reasons that we all probably know about. Advertising and programmed appetites and all this. So now we're going to have a classical, simple, common sense diet of nutritious foods only. And we're going to do this by the book for 60 days. In addition to that, the 60-day program consists of 7 supplements, 7 food supplements that we're going to take every single day. Now here again is an area of great confusion, the area of food supplementation. I want the patient to be taking the least number of supplements possible, spending the least amount of money possible on supplements, and still doing everything necessary for the complete detoxification of the tract and the blood, at the same time giving the cells of the body everything that they need for complete and optimum activity and nutrition. Let's start just by naming the 7 supplements that I've come up with. Enzymes, digestive enzyme. Florabiotics, that's probiotics in the gut. Expel is a colon detoxification product. Antioxidants are necessary to neutralize free radicals from the body. Minerals. Our food today is mineral deficient. We must take mineral supplementation. Oral chelation is a product that is necessary to get rid of heavy metals and plaque in the arteries. And finally, collagen, which we will talk about in some detail. Briefly, let's look at the New West diet. This is the short version. You can read the whole thing on the website, The Doctor Within. So if you can't remember the specific foods that you may or may not eat on the New West diet, here's the short version. For 60 days, you are going to be eating no refined carbohydrates. What does that mean? No white sugar, no white flour. This is difficult because guess what? It's in everything. So for 60 days, we are going to have to read the labels on every single thing that we put in our mouth. So no white sugar, no white flour for 60 days. Secondly, no pasteurized dairy. What does that mean? That means no milk, cheese, butter, ice cream, yogurt, if it's pasteurized. So generally for most of us, when we go into the supermarket and buy a gallon of milk, it is pasteurized and homogenized. And this is what also makes up butter, ice cream, yogurt, and cheese. So none of that for 60 days. And the third thing is no hydrogenated oils. Unfortunately, here's another ingredient that is in practically everything we eat, hydrogenated oils. It has several names, but it is in 80% of packaged products on supermarket shelves have some component of hydrogenated oils. So we must learn how to identify it and not eat it for 60 days. I'll briefly go into the 2 categories. What I've done in the New West diet I divide foods into 4 categories. So for 60 days, you can only eat category 1 and category 2 foods. Let's briefly look at category 1 foods. Here we go. Raw fruits and vegetables. They must be organic. No restrictions. Good water. Most Americans are dehydrated. Most people are dehydrated. We must drink 2 liters of good water every day. Next is fruit and vegetable juices. Virtually unrestricted, virtually unlimited, as long as they're from organic sources. That is critical. Selected nutritional herbs. This means things like green foods, spirulina, chlorella, blue-green algae, barley grass, wheatgrass, things like this. High-end organic green foods. Also, a lot of people eat food-grade Chinese herbs, high-end nutritional herbs like that. They're fine. Beans and rice combination. Now, this is a really clean protein source, right? So you just find some beans that you like, organic of course, buy a ton of them, always keep them at home. Get brown rice, get yourself a rice cooker. There's your complete protein. So you won't have any muscle loss. Complete protein, sufficient amounts every day. Okay, that's category 1. Here's category 2, with some moderation. This would include meats. Now, meats must have the label organic, or at very least they must have no hormones, no antibiotics. This is becoming more and more important. More and more average people who don't even seem to be interested in nutrition are choosing organic meats these days. You even see them in Sam's Club and Costco and your regular neighborhood grocery store. They're understanding the value of organic meats, the organic label, probably because people are beginning to understand the dangers of regular meat, which assumes the addition of hormones and antibiotics into the animal's diet. So none of that for 60 days. All the meat that you eat must be organic. Next is a little raw dairy is fine. So if you live in one of the states where raw dairy is legal, that is fine. Unpasteurized, that's what it means. Eggs from free-range, cage-free chickens is fine. You can have those every day. It's fine. Grilled fish. So for those of you who understands the importance of EFAs, essential fatty acids, here's your primary source of EFAs. Grilled fish 4 or 5 times a week. Clean soups. Clean soups do not come in cans, which reminds me that in the 60-day program, there are no canned foods. Nothing in cans. Clean soups are those that you made from scratch from organic meats and organic vegetables, organic sources. Whole grains. Forget everything you heard about the gluten myth. I go into this subject in detail in the full-day nutrition seminar. The whole grains that you can have are fine as long as they don't have what? High fructose corn syrup and hydrogenated oils. Virtually 95% of breads, even if they're 100% whole wheat breads that you see in the supermarket, are rendered fattening and allergenic by the addition of high fructose corn syrup and hydrogenated oils. So whole grains, including whole grain breads, are fine as long as they don't have those 2 ingredients. Now let's briefly go into each of the 7 supplements that I mentioned. Now remember, I said that it has taken me years to compile this list of 7 supplements, and my opinion is to keep this list as short as possible. But I am claiming that I'm trying to recommend to the patient the optimum intake for complete clearing out of the digestive tract, clearing out all the sludge and accumulated debris out of the digestive tract and out of the bloodstream, while at the same time providing optimum nutrition for all the cells and systems of the body. So to that effect, I have added these 7 supplements to the list. The very first one is digestive or the digestive enzymes. The thing that separates junk foods from nutrient foods is the presence or absence of enzymes. That's the definition of processed foods, that they have had the enzymes scientifically removed from them for one reason and one reason only. What is that? Shelf life. Things like chips, all our snack foods, they can last on the shelves virtually for months, literally for months. And the reason for that is we now have very sophisticated processes for removing enzymes from foods. The problem is when we eat these foods and they get into our bodies, our digestive enzymes are not capable of breaking them down. So these are toxic accumulating foods, junk foods. So if we're going to clear out the tract and clear out the blood, we must add back to our bodies the enzymes that have been removed by food processing. All that accumulated sludge in our tract and in our blood, we're going to get it out of there by adding back the enzymes to those foods. So digestive is a full spectrum enzyme. What does that mean? It means it digests residual fats, proteins, and carbohydrates, as well as fiber. It has a delivery system, so delivery system is extremely important in any supplement that you take. What I've discovered is that most supplements that you buy on health food stores, they go right through you. Not only are they not absorbed by the cells, most of them are not even dissolved in the body and go right through people. All 7 of these supplements, not only do they dissolve completely, but they are taken up at the cellular level. That is due to a delivery system. The term is bioavailable. What percentage of your supplement did you actually take up and use at the cellular level? That term is bioavailability. Digestive is the first of the 7. How do we take it? 3 capsules 3 times a day for 60 days. Any time of day. 3 capsules 3 times a day. Very simple. It's going to aid in digestion, clear out the tract of all the stuck foods. A lot of people have reflux because their stomach remains full for weeks on end. It'll clear that right out. Digestive was also designed so that when people take these capsules on an empty stomach, it will go directly into the bloodstream and thereby be used to break down the residual debris from processed foods that is accumulated in the bloodstream. So it has a twofold purpose, the digestive enzyme. Clear out the tract and clear out the blood. The second of the 7 supplements is probiotics. Now, probiotics are, of course, the friendly bacteria that should exist in the human colon. Up to 3 pounds are actually normal in the normal healthy person. It could be as many as 400 species. These are the cleanup crew, the final stage of digestion. Now, most Americans live most of their life with little or no probiotics in the colon. Why? Well, every time you take an antibiotic, you destroy most of the good bacteria in your body. Every time you eat meat from the grocery store that is not organic, the antibiotics that those animals ate before they were killed and appeared on the shelves as meat, those antibiotics are still in the meat and they destroy your gut flora. Every time you take these kind of non-steroidal anti-inflammatories, Zantac, Tagamet, Prilosec, you are killing gut flora. They admit it. Other painkillers, over-the-counter painkillers, destroy gut flora. Prescription meds, as well as other over-the-counter medications, they destroy our gut flora. Other reasons that most people live their lives with no probiotics include white sugar, chlorinated water, carbonated drinks, fluoridated water. So most city water is fluoridated, destroying your gut flora. Antihistamines and even coffee. Coffee destroys gut flora. So for all these reasons, most of us are probiotic deficient. Being probiotic deficient most of your life is the primary cause of chronic allergy. So you can read the chapter on that on the website. Here are some other things that happens to those who live their lives with no probiotics. Opportunistic bacteria and other microbes take over. Prime example, Candida. The people become dehydrated because their colon doesn't work. Primary purpose of the colon is to retain water. People with non-functioning colons, dead colons with no probiotics, tend to lose water, so they are dehydrated. Minerals follow water. People are mineral depleted as well from a dead colon, non-functioning colon. And finally, people who live their life with no probiotics, a dead colon, are immune suppressed. They are prone to chronic infections. They are prone to chronic allergies. They are also prone to chronic colon diseases. So I had a teacher in the mid-90s, the late Dr. Kem Shahani, was a world authority in the area of probiotics, spent his whole life in this area, published in famous medical journals many times, and I use his traditional formula, Total Flora Biotics. It includes 12 different strains of good bacteria that have been raised together in a symbiotic relationship. Incredibly, they are antibiotic resistant. So if a patient absolutely has to take antibiotics, which is rare, the primary problem with taking antibiotics are what? That it blocks you up, it destroys your gut flora, and you're all blocked up for many weeks as you take antibiotics. If you have to take antibiotics in a life-threatening situation, as long as you take total fluorobiotics at the same time, you have no digestive disorders due to the antibiotics. Also, total fluorobiotics have a very long shelf life of 2 years. After 2 years on the shelf, you can still take these probiotics there in a suspended state, and they will begin to proliferate and to occupy your colon. They really work, even after 2 years. Now here's my chapter that explains the operation of the colon. It's called Journey to the Center of Your Colon. It's a very interesting and informative chapter. Please read this on my website, The Doctor Within. And after reading this chapter, you will realize in order to bring a dead, non-functioning colon back to life, it requires 2 supplements. Fluorobiotics, in order to fill up the colon finally with good bacteria, for many people for the first time. And secondly, an herbal product that will broom out, as it were, and chip away at the layers and layers of sludge which have accumulated in the colon over the years. This supplement is called Expel. It's a very old formula. It's actually hundreds of years old. It's very simple. It consists of 7 herbs. And Expel is very simple to take. You take between 1 and 3 capsules at dinner time. It causes you to have an elimination early the following morning. You experiment a little bit. You start with 1 capsule. For most people, they only need 3 capsules. Most people need between 1 and 3 capsules at dinner time in order to cause them to have an elimination early the next morning. So once you determine your dose and your timing of how much Expel you should take, you stay on that every single day for 60 days. Please read the colon chapter. The next supplement on the list of 7 is antioxidants. Now, most of us have free radicals in our body. We can't avoid having free radicals in the body. Just your normal metabolism. People who live a normal life, even if they're healthy, you're going to produce some level of free radicals on a daily basis. The problem is most of us, due to the modern lifestyle that we have a positive balance of free radicals at the end of the day, and these cause rapid aging and disease and cell destruction. And these extra free radicals come from the predominance of processed foods in our diet. 80% of Americans eat a diet consisting of at least 80% processed foods. That's not controversial. Nobody disagrees with that. We also get extra free radicals from air pollution, from stress, from alcohol, from drugs, all types of drugs, from exercise, from trauma, and from surgery. So for all these reasons, most Americans have too many free radicals at the end of the day. This excess number of free radicals causes rapid aging and cell destruction. Having too many free radicals in your body also alters your DNA. Altering your DNA, that's the precursor of cancer. Cancer has remained the number 3 cause of death in the United States for the last 35 years. Excess free radicals also cause heart damage. Destroys the muscle tissue of the heart. It can cause multiple sclerosis as well. These are just some of the diseases that are directly caused by having a daily excess of free radicals in the system. Rapid aging as well. The more free radicals in the body every day, day after day, the faster you will wear out. Okay, so how does nature take care of free radicals? For the person who is living a healthy life, has normal metabolism, has a completely 100% nutritious diet, well, they will eat enough fruits and vegetables that contain enough antioxidants to neutralize the free radicals. Antioxidants are what neutralizes free radicals. Virtually all fruits and veggies contain some antioxidants. Whole grains are also loaded with antioxidants. Green tea is another strong source of antioxidant. Goji berries are very high in antioxidants. Pycnogenols coming from grape seed and pine bark are also excellent sources of antioxidants. But in the late 90s, this supplement came out on the market and it ended the discussion about powerful antioxidants. It was called Mega Hydrate. Just 2 small capsules of Mega Hydrate is enough to neutralize all the free radicals in an adult's body for 4 or 5 hours. So in a detox program like the 60-day program, when we're trying to do away with all the excess free radicals, this is the highest end product that I have ever discovered. Mega Hydrate. 2 capsules twice a day. That's it. Okay, number 5, minerals. Minerals make up 4% of your body. Minerals are necessary for our structural materials, your bones, your teeth, your ligaments, electrolytes in your blood. Those are mineral ions, right? Minerals are necessary for enzyme action. Minerals are necessary for normal operation of your nervous system. And finally, minerals are necessary for normal muscle action, especially calcium. As I said, minerals comprise 4% of your body mass. There are 21 essential minerals for humans. You can read my minerals chapter. You don't have to memorize these. I'm not going to go through each one. 7 of the 21 are macrominerals. 14 of the 21 are trace minerals. So I'm not going to go through those now. Everybody who studies minerals, all the nutritionists agree that the majority of the U.S. population is mineral deficient. 75% of our population is mineral deficient. Why? Many reasons. First of all, the soil is depleted of minerals. We have less than 5% of the minerals in our topsoil than we had 100 years ago. Everybody agrees with that. Secondly, in our diets are primarily processed foods, as I told you. And in our diet, most minerals are absent or severely diminished. Finally, drugs. We take so many drugs of all kinds. Drugs use up what little minerals that we do have so that there are not enough minerals left over for normal cell activity. All the experts agree that we are mineral deficient, that our diet is mineral deficient. They also all agree that we must take mineral supplementation for optimum health. So, since the 60-day program is something that is claiming to deliver optimum health to the patient, we must include the highest and most absorbable type of minerals, chelated minerals. Here it is, 3 capsules in the morning, that's it. Linus Pauling, Nobel Prize winner, back in the day, what did he say? You can trace every sickness, every disease, every ailment to mineral deficiency. Number 6 in our list of 7, oral chelation. Now this is one of the last ones that I added to the list because I discovered that the enzymes would only remove water-soluble debris from the tract and from the blood. They wouldn't remove things like atherosclerotic plaque in the arteries, and they wouldn't remove heavy metals. So it's taken me a long time to come up with a truly optimum formula of oral chelation, these herbs and compounds that have been proven to be able to bind to plaque in the arteries and to be able to dissolve it and move it through. And they have also been able to bind to heavy metals like mercury, aluminum, lead, and so many others that we're exposed to in our environment today. All of these things, if we leave them in the body, they can be disease-causing, and they can lead to rapid aging and degeneration. Again, it's not controversial. Everybody knows that. So please read my chapter called To the Heart Patient on the website, where I go all through this explanation of the necessity for oral chelation. In my chapter called To the Heart Patient, we learned that many patients have actually stopped taking heart meds. They were able to normalize their blood pressure without drugs. So please read that chapter. Finally, here is number 7 on the list of supplements, hydrolyzed collagen. Now I have a whole section on hydrolyzed collagen on the website, as well as now there's another video about this. I'll just summarize what hydrolyzed collagen is. Hydrolyzed collagen, as you probably know, is the largest, most abundant protein in your body. It makes up all the components of our bodies, right? Arteries, joints, organs, muscles, skin, your digestive tract, your tendons, your ligaments, your heart, your lungs, even your bones are made up of collagen. And then we all know that as we age, collagen production falls way off. And this is the reason why our skin and our muscles tend to sag as we age. Doctors call that ptosis. Even our organs may begin to sag. Our internal organs, they lose their resilience and they begin this forward motion. They sag down. Here's a before and after x-ray. The bone-on-bone x-ray, we can see the meniscus in this patient's knee has completely worn out due to overactivity, repetitive activity, and the patient was an athlete. That's what happens when collagen wears out as we age. There's an increasing worldwide demand for hydrolyzed collagen as a food supplement these days among athletes, both professional athletes and amateur athletes. They're realizing that the superiority of hydrolyzed collagen over things like glucosamine sulfate and creatine. The funny thing about those two, as you will learn, everybody says this, when you stop taking them, the problem comes back. The difference with hydrolyzed collagen, then, is that it actually rebuilds the joint. That's why so many people doing sports are turning to hydrolyzed collagen to enhance their performance. Joints, joint rebuilding. Arthritis is such an epidemic, not just in America, but in Europe and in Asia as well. And people are getting tired of taking pain meds year after year for arthritis. Pain meds upset their stomach eventually and cause all kind of other side effects. So let's take something 100% natural with no side effects and actually rebuild the joints. That's what millions of people are discovering. And then finally, the area of cosmetics. Not just women, but men as well, discovering that if you take hydrolyzed collagen as a supplement every day in your breakfast juice or with a smoothie or something like that, it will enhance the quality and resilience and hydration of your skin. Weight loss is sort of like a side benefit that I've noticed that many patients report after taking hydrolyzed collagen for a number of months. They usually took it for a different reason, but what I discovered was that hydrolyzed collagen has a satiating effect. That means it makes you feel satisfied, like you're already full. And in this way, the collagen acts as an appetite suppressant when the patient takes it consistently for a couple of months. So please look on my website in the section on collagen where we show some before and after x-rays for patients who have taken hydrolyzed collagen, and we see how it replaced their meniscus in their knee or the discs in the spine or some other part of the body. Please look on the website for that under collagen. For a patient to really try collagen, the patient must get 2 jars. Here's a jar. It comes in a big jar. It's 1 pound. It's just white powder. Has no taste. You put 2 tablespoons blended in fruit juice. You blend that up and you take it morning and night. So I always say, in order to really try it, you must go through 2 jars and you must do it every single day because there's the concept of loading dose. So to summarize, thank you very much for listening to this short video. This was the 60-day program consisting of the New West diet and these 7 supplements. For more information, please look at the website, thedoctorwithin.com. Thank you very much for listening.